Welcome to this episode of the Band Shop Podcast. We're here with Louisiana Lot Lizards.
Hi, guys. What's going on?
Hi, Kevin.
We've been trying to get you guys on here for a while. Like,
Here we are.
In the flesh.
Since before we even started.
yeah, you guys were like literally the top of our list when we started doing
Sick,
this.
dude.
Fuck yeah.
Well, sometimes it takes a long time for us to come, but we always do. So
Not for me.
Speak for yourself.
I can confirm it's a condition.
Sorry. So what have you guys been up to?
We just put out a new EP. We just got back from like a 4-day run with Bazooka Tooth. And we bought this really big whiteboard to start writing a full length on. So we're in the very early stages of that. Other than that, it's just day jobs and fast food until
Death.
death.
Yeah, we do this for 40 years and
And then we die.
Yeah, I mean,
Presumably.
that's about it.
That's the grind.
That new EP is fucking awesome, though.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Thanks.
He sent me a message like,
Oh, dude, as soon
At
as
2
it
o'clock
dropped...
in the morning.
At midnight, because I was already doing some other shit for this. I was doing some editing and stuff. So at midnight when it dropped, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I turned it on, and I was like,
Glad you
Ears
like it.
just oozing cum.
oh, yeah, it
Great.
definitely was.
Just frothing over.
it, John,
I think I went through a whole box of tissues, I'm not going to lie.
that's where they went.
Glad you like it though.
Hell yeah.
My mom likes it. That's a win for me.
My dad thought he sent me a text when we put out the video for that first song on the EP. He's like, Adam, what is this? It's so satanic. And I was like, dude, it's Halloween. Like, take a chill pill.
Yeah, your guys' videos have always been sick, though. Like,
Thanks.
just kind of abstract and, like...
Well, to be honest, we didn't have anything really to do with that last one. It was all Jen and our friend Elaine. It was just like, we went into it with the treatment that was just like, hot goth girl makes a home movie. And we're in it for like a 69th of a second, but that was all.
That's all
Jen
it takes sometimes.
Yeah. Not for me, though. Long time.
It just goes back to what we were talking about with Adam earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, the opposite.
But it was awesome having you guys in here playing. Like,
Yeah. It was hot as fuck.
It did start to boil up in here.
yeah.
Didn't expect that.
I keep it at like 69 or 68.
Nice. Oh, that's right. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the only temperature to keep it at.
Yeah.
if it wasn't that temperature, I would leave.
Exactly.
Figure out the ambient temperature. That's a solid 69. That's good.
Yeah, you guys came in and just absolutely killed it. Like, I mean, I knew you guys would. Like,
Oh, stop.
I mean, we've been...
Stop it.
Let's see, we've been playing shows with you guys off and on for the last year.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Year and a half,
Probably
maybe.
play like 3-4 shows, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Trying to think. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Was the West Lafayette show the first one?
I don't
There
remember
was
what the
one
first
in
one was that
Venice
we played
first,
together.
probably.
Yeah, I think we
Maybe
played at
Frank
Venice
Fest or
together.
something.
I can't remember. They all fucking run together.
Right.
Well, I knew because you guys... Well, you were on a friend of ours' podcast, the guys that do All Around Music.
Oh,
are
yeah,
good
yeah.
friends with us.
Yeah.
Are good friends of ours. Mm-hmm. And so that was like my first exposure to you guys was, previous band, I think it was, when we first went on there.
Yeah.
And then, so I watched that and kind of, I remember talking with Matt a little bit about, I was like, oh man, these guys are like right up my alley, like the same, same kind of interest, same kind of like, and then when you came back, when you started Lizards, it was just like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was like Alexandria Dibbled is how you pronounce her last Diebold? I don't know. She's who hooked me up with those guys. Then we got talking with them for a while, but yeah, super cool dudes.
Yeah, and that's where my first exposure to you guys was, and then getting a chance to actually play with you and was like, oh yeah, like we've got to play as many shows as we can with you guys when we actually play.
I will say that show in West Lafayette, though, that was like...
That was the one with
I was-
Bazooka Tooth. When
Yeah.
you guys
Yep.
came with Bazooka Tooth.
Oh, the night that fucking basketball game.
Oh, that was
happening.
hilarious.
What a
It-
great time.
So much was happening in that place.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how many of the frat guys actually stuck around and started pitting and shit, though.
Yeah.
There were a few of them.
I mean, you get enough alcohol in you. You can
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
to anything.
Never underestimate a frat guy's capability for senseless comedy.
Drunken buffoonery.
I remember you guys were supposed to play after us, and then we had a lineup switch, and we're playing after you, and then you guys played. I'm like, how in the fuck am I supposed to compete with that? I was like dying
I
for.
hate
I was
following
recovering
you
for
guys.
2 weeks.
Like, so I'm just like, oh, God.
It's never a contest or anything like that. Just get up there, do your thing.
I know,
do
but
our
I wanted to
thing, and
go so hard, and then I had to recover
go
for
as
like
hard
2
as you
weeks.
can, man.
Getting old.
As long as you go up there and you do what you can do, that's really all that matters.
I ain't trying to do what feels best, just what feels right.
I had a golf coach tell me one time, if it feels good, do it. And I still
Yo,
I would-
fuck that
Heroin
guy.
is
Fuck that guy for real.
Cocaine.
It's a terrible fucking. It feels good, do it.
yeah, that's just really.
I was in like
Plenty of
eighth,
bad things that
I was
feel
in like
good.
8th grade too.
Yeah.
What a psycho. God, I should be dead by now.
Well, you didn't listen to him, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, autoerotic asphyxiation.
Feels so good.
You know, Joey.
Keep smoking spice, Joey. If it feels good, just do it.
But yeah, fuck that guy. Anyway, that show was fucking nuts though. I just remember like the Resident Evil map that we had to like walk
Oh,
up.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Because you had to load
yeah.
everything in from the alley in the back. You go
Yeah,
up the
it's
stairs.
like-
Key card.
And you had to, like,
Yeah,
bring it in
yeah.
across like the
Creepy-ass lonely
roof.
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
then
a
you
catwalk.
Yeah.
And
on the
then
catwalk on the roof.
Running down the fixed camera angles. That shit
But with like
sucked.
with music gear instead, so you were going like an eighth of the speed you go.
When you
in
get
this
out on
game.
that catwalk, it just felt like a liquor was gonna like. But yeah, that show was fucking. That was you got that footage from that show.
Yeah.
that shit's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was honestly pretty surprised at like how hard everybody went off up there that
it was
night.
fun. We got gypped out of a bunch of money that night too. That sucked.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's all right. Audra pointed a gun at them.
I wasn't gonna tell that part.
What? It's on record.
It's been well documented.
I love how every time like Audra comes up in conversation, literally at some point the fact that she pulled a
gun brought
like literally 100% of the time, it just has become law at this point.
It was a real power move on her end. We got our $50. It was tight to split. But yeah, I don't know.
So for those of the people watching that don't know, where are you guys based out of, and go around,
Auburn.
say your names and stuff like that.
Start down there.
So I'm Sam. I play bass.
I'm Adam, and I play the guitar and do some yelly vocals. I live in Auburn.
I'm
So automated.
Joey. I play guitar and do vocals, and yeah, we're from Auburn.
I'm Matt. I play drums, and I'm from Muncie, so you know,
Oh.
shaking things up.
Welcome to AA.
Hello.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
I think we're all tired.
It's been a long day already. You guys still have a hell of a drive too to get back.
Yeah.
How long was this for you guys?
About 2.5.
Yeah, mine was like hour and 47 is what Google Maps told me.
So yeah.
So you tried to beat it the whole way, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
lucky
shaved a
you.
couple minutes off. It was actually pretty nice.
Once you can get on the Heartland, you just do like 80.
Right, you just fucking gun that shit.
On your hog.
I love that. Every time I use Google Maps, it's like estimated time of arrival. Pff, fuck that. I'll
Yeah.
So
hit it.
yeah, no. It's like, is that
that
a
is.
challenge?
And then you shave off 3 minutes and get stuck in traffic, and you're like,
Right.
But it's like 10 minutes more.
Yeah.
When the start time, it's like, yeah!
It's like I'm speeding so much and risking so much to beat like the 5 minutes off the time, and I'm just like, yes, I am a speed demon.
I love playing this game.
You can't rule me, computer!
Oh, so you want to talk a little bit about the process of the writing the new EP and stuff, and kind of
sure.
where it started from? Like,
Tell it how it is, Joey.
Well, the first song that was, well, technically, you might have to help me out here. Technically, the first song that was written for it was the third song on it, but that was a song that kind
Yeah.
of went through a bunch of different stages. Like it started off as like a 3-minute song, and then it turned into an 8-minute song, and now it's like a healthy 6.5 minute long song.
Yeah.
And it was a song that we worked on when it was me and like when Lizards was just a 2-piece. Like when we first started. Yeah, and it, there were some parts that stayed, but a lot of it changed, and but it was all based on like that kind of that intro bass riff. I remember writing that and having that lyric that comes back around in the second verse, like the second big noisy part. It was just all like that bass line and that lyric, and I just like kept running off into different directions with it, and finally and then our old drummer, our second drummer.
So you guys are kind of like Spinal Tapping with drummers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except they're all still alive.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of them have perished yet.
Some of them are fucking dead to me though. But yeah, that song, that was the first one that got written for it. And probably was the last one to be completed because it just kept changing and it kept changing.
Yeah.
And then we landed on...
I don't even think we knew until like...
We finished it in Sam's house.
Yeah.
We wrote that.
Yeah.
The,
we like...
the outro to it.
We
in
were like,
Sam's
is
house.
this going to be on the EP or not? Because there was another song we were working on.
Yeah. But yeah, when we got done with that one, the second track was done. I remember I was using the restroom and I heard Adam playing guitar, and I just heard this stupid like Lamb of God riff in my head. And I just went into his bedroom and I was like, can I borrow that for a second? And then I wrote that intro riff to the second track on it. And then that one was pretty easy. That was one where the four of us, like our old drummer, we were just standing in a room together, just bouncing ideas off of each other. And that was kind of what, like, really kind of, like, when we started doing that, like, I would come in with a riff, or Adam would come to practice with a riff or something, and then we just start bouncing ideas off each other. That's kind of how we write now. And I don't know. I think it gives everybody, like, a voice, and it gives everybody the opportunity to contribute something or have an opinion about something. And sometimes it can be really frustrating, and sometimes it can be really, really exciting. So, but yeah, like I do this terrible thing where I wait until the music's done to start writing lyrics.
I feel you there. I'm the same
Yeah,
way.
it's just because I like sonically, I very seldom like match the mood lyrically. You know what I mean? Like that second song on the EP is very much like a party animal song, but like lyrically, it's really fucking dark and really sad, and I kind of hate having to like yell those words all the time because it's really difficult. But
It's like Paramore's new album.
yeah, that's a great
Sounds
example.
very fun.
That's a great example.
Sad lyrics.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. It was it was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of like working really, really hard on a song, and then like, waiting the week till the next practice, and then stripping it down and trimming fat, and then, rewriting it again, and
Rinse, repeat.
yeah, and I mean, until we got to a point where we felt really happy with, because I think up until like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks before we went in and recorded, like shit still wasn't done, and we definitely do this thing where we like pressure cooker, and we book studio time way out in advance. That way we kind of have to like, hey, if we don't get this done, we're gonna fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
That's
what I
kind of
mean?
like what we did with our album that we released.
It's
back in May.
motivation.
Like, I mean, we have our own studio set up, and we record everything ourselves. But having set the deadline for the album was definitely motivation.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it came up to. I mean, there were some things we were still finishing like up to like the day before release.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's so easy to just like you constantly like want to. Oh, I'm gonna tweak this or add a little part right
always.
there. So
Always.
it'll just perpetually keep
Well,
going.
you're always your own worst critic too.
Right.
You're always going to hear something, and you have to setting a deadline of some kind is a good way to just be like, at this point, let it go. Like,
Yeah.
it's not yours anymore, let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But-
even during recording, we're still changing parts, you know, like our own parts, or like, what if we just did this, you know, like, that's part of the
Or
recording.
the
you know?
you've been playing it like that this whole time.
yeah, there's always that
God,
one.
there
Always
was-
gets
that second song, I figured out like, oh wait, the drum part's like that. And then I like listened back to it, I'm like, oh, so
was
like,
it the
we're just-
count?
Yeah, it was
counting
like
of
the
it?
da-da-da. Yeah, I was just like, oh, this makes sense. I've been playing it live wrong this whole time. I was in the booth after we recorded one song already. So like, there was fills I came up with like while I was sitting there, and I'm just like, oh geez.
I just
So,
remember at one point the engineer looking at me and going. That's all good. He'll figure it out.
And I was like, hold my beer.
But I think you're right, though. There's definitely like, I mean, if I had the opportunity, even already with like this one we just put out a week ago, there's definitely some things that I'm kind of insecure about on it. That like,
There
if I
always
just had
is.
5 more fucking minutes, you know
There
what I mean?
always is.
You know, I think that there's like a sense of abandonment when it comes to putting out like an EP or an album or you know, something like that. I mean, I'm really like trying not to throw up when I think about going in and doing this full length, because it's just like fuck. But like, you don't really finish an EP. You kind of just have to put it down and be like, I'm abandoning this. This is
This is what it is.
it is
You
what
can't
it
change
is,
it
yeah.
now. You're not Kanye. You can't just like go and update it and then
Yeah.
put the album
Yeah.
back out
Well,
again.
none of us are the greatest of all time, so.
Yee.
But
We're our own biggest fans though, so maybe we are Kanye.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad it's out. The artwork for it was our friend Caden Seymour, and just like it was so funny because they came over to our house for a bonfire, and they had their iPad out, and like we're all just chilling and drinking and having fun, and like they're sitting there like very involved with the conversation and having a good time, and it's like 30 minutes, and they like held their iPad over like something like this, and I was just like.
And like there was literally just like basically the artwork. I don't think there was much
right, like
tweaked
it was
after that.
damn near complete.
It was it was just there. We were like, what the fuck is wrong? That's
Like,
sick.
what gives you the right?
How are you this talented?
Yeah. So Caden does most of our merch designs and like our, did our logo and
Oh, they did our logo.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we're constantly bouncing ideas off each other and stuff, and they're very much involved with the foundation of the band and very rooted in what we're doing, and just really thankful to have them on board for this one as well. But yeah, I don't know. It was dope. We recorded it in like 2 days in Fort Wayne. It was kind of a weird process, but it got done, and we actually like in this. Have you guys ever played the Glory Hub in Fort Wayne? No, don't. But there's
Called out.
where we recorded this EP. There's a venue like down the hallway. So like at the end of the night when we got like wrapped up on that Saturday, we had to like pack up all our shit and run it down the hallway to like play this show really quick and then run around and run it back.
Yeah.
We actually got locked out of the studio that night though, where we were supposed to be sleeping. So we
Yeah.
fucking,
Luckily, all of our gear was already locked in there though
Yeah.
by that time. So.
so we drove back to my house
Yeah.
and slept for like 2 hours, then got up and went back. But it was cool.
It was a great Tim.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just I don't know. You learn a lot about each other's playing, and I think the studio is a really cool place because you don't get to hide in feedback and distortion necessarily. So you got to really like learn how to play the fucking guitar. So
Definitely.
when you're under a microscope like that, it gets really stressful. But
You start to hear the notes that you miss.
yeah, I think that we're a band though that really does work well under that stress, and
Yeah.
I think with that tension yields a lot of results. And I really think that Back to the Lamp is a great example of like it just feels very anxious. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
It's really
Like,
tense.
my first listen through, I was just like, because I loved the first EP, like absolutely loved it. And then it was like when you guys were talking about going back in the studio and working on another EP, I was just like, man, are they gonna be able to top what they did before, or is it gonna be the same? Like, and first listen through, I was like, dude, it somehow you managed to step it up even farther. And I was just like, how the fuck? Like,
Well, we're always trying to go in that
I
direction,
mean-
I guess, you know?
Well, the biggest fucking difference between Volume 1 and Lamp is that, like, Lamp was just me. Like, I had a little...
Volume 1, you mean?
Or, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Volume 1 was just me, and then, Caleb from We Love You, he drummed on it, and he kind of, like, we, like, wrote a little bit together, but not a lot. Like, I basically just, like, showed up at his house, and I was like, here's what I got. You know what I mean? This is, like, my spank bank of fucking the last fucking 5 years that I've been working on, like, this project under this name. And, like I said, Caleb chimed in with a lot of input, and we tweaked some things from there, but, like, I played guitar on it, I played bass on it, I did vocals on it, Caleb did some vocals on it, and then Caleb kind of tweaked a little bit of the drum parts that I had, like, demoed out, but that one was just like we did that in 2 days as well, so it was very just, like, fucking nonstop, you know what I mean?
I feel like when you have a time constraint like that, it brings out some creativity, though.
Well, see, that was the thing with Volume 1 is that we didn't have a time constraint. It just was like, I want to get this out as soon as fucking possible. Like, I didn't really care when. It was just like, I had all this shit already, like...
Yeah, because you were saying you had some of this stuff for many years.
Yeah, like, the
Working
opening
on.
track on it I wrote in 2012. I didn't record it till 2017, right? Something like that.
2018.
2018, 2017, something like that.
After 2012.
Yeah, way after. And not much about
After
it
the world
changed.
ended.
Yeah. And not much about it changed, but, like, I think that record that EP, Volume 1, it kind of doesn't really, it's just, like, 5 great songs, but none of them are really, like, relatable to each other, you know what I mean? Maybe that's my own, like, hyper-criticism, but it's just, like, 5 fucking, like, those videos where, like, the SWAT team breaks down your door and, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
There's 5 swatting compilations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it feels like. I mean, everything about it's just very, like, kick your teeth in and that's it. But,
Right.
But even with those, I mean, there's a difference between... Obviously, because, like you said, that one you recorded pretty much with just yourself. And, like, hearing that versus, like, hearing those songs played with this lineup is even a difference.
yeah. Well,
Like-
I mean, because originally Lizards was supposed to be a 3-piece. We were going to do, like, the Converge thing, except I was going to do vocals. So,
And
having
play
a...
guitar.
Yeah. So having a second guitar player... I mean, he doesn't want to get bored playing live, you know what I mean? And that's why there's...
If you have a second gutar player, you're going to get a second fucking guitar player.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like,
And I mean, that was
When
something...
you're a crazy motherfucker.
Jumping off of shit all the time.
like,
But, like, that was
Hi.
that was a huge addition on Back to the Lamp, was it's like, yo, we have 2 guitars, let's not...
oh, and you feel it, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You know?
right off the bat. I
yeah,
mean,
with those-
it kicks you in the nuts. I mean, right off the bat. Like,
With those songs on the original EP live, like, I play a lot of, like, different parts in those, just little things here and there.
Little leads.
Yeah, I throw in little details, you know?
A lot of texture.
Yeah.
Some spice.
Some spice, sugar, everything nice. I smoke spice before sets sometimes, of course. Sometimes I snort it, you know, whatever.
Rub it on your teeth.
Yeah, I boof spice.
Yeah.
Whatever rocks your boat.
We
Yeah.
Spice.
This gal just drinks Monster.
And then, another thing about Volume 1, too, is that it was very, like... I was in a very anxious headspace to, like, get it out. And, I mean, just not a very good, like, mental space at the time to like, put all that into it. But, like, I recorded it... Like, Caleb recorded the whole thing. So it was just me and him. And Caleb's, like, pretty laid back. He's pretty chill. And, like, I was bouncing off the fucking wall. And I drove him fucking crazy. 'Cause, like, I was like, what if we do this? What if we do this? And he's like, I don't know. I think it might be a little too much. I'm like, all right, what if we do this? You know what I mean? Like, and on Lamp, the engineer that we recorded it with, he didn't give a flying fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care if you want to go like bang on pots and pans through a reverb tank and drop your guitar out of a second story window. I'm just hitting the big red record button, dude.
I don't care if you drop a plugged-in toaster into a bathtub. Fucking kill yourself.
Literally kill yourself in the studio and record a splatter against the wall.
Yeah,
I'm just hitting the big red button.
we're just trying to do Mayhem Part 2.
Yeah.
As long as you clean it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That was too soon, I'm sorry.
But it was a very...
Just sign this waiver first.
But it was a very like comfortable environment with Caleb, and what I liked about the studio that we actually did Holy Hissy Fit there too, and then we did Back to the Lamp there. It's a haunted old like fucking candy factory that
Nice.
this place is in, and it's just uncomfortable as fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
I pulled up and I was like, are you
Yeah,
sure this is
yeah.
the place? They're like, yeah, that's the place. So I'm
It's
like,
just-
we're going to die here?
Yeah, this is an empty-ass building. Yeah, we're recording in it.
Yeah, and then after you turn a hallway and go up a staircase and go to the back, then there's this
Yeah, through like
recording
a
studio.
Silent Hill. It looks like the Silent Hill apartment level from 2.
fucked.
It's got
But
the
then-
blinking light.
Yeah,
Literally.
But then you just go in and there's this like nice studio fucking apartment that's like a fucking party room
Yeah.
with like billiards and shit and like a TV.
See, that's the
There
way to
just
do it,
happens to
though,
be-
is that it's very deceiving on the outside, so it's less likely people know where you're at, for one, and for two, know what you have in there.
Yeah, exactly. As long as the homeless people who I guarantee have broken into that place before haven't seen that space yet, which it's always locked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a party room in there. So I mean, you know, like I said, TV up there.
It's a very unnerving building though. I mean,
Yeah.
even just like playing at the Glory Hub sometimes, it's just like when you get there early for load in, it's just like you hear like that ominous like dripping noise. It's like some door way down the hallway, like
There's some weird smell.
yeah, it always just fucking reeks. Like
I got a letter from my dead wife. I need to look for her.
Very.
Mary.
One of the Lizards videos was actually done in there before like any of us were in the band besides Joey.
Yeah, the test video was shot in one of those fucking fucked up rooms in there.
Okay.
There's like a room with a giant like bank vault.
It was the Disney vault where they keep all
The Declaration of
Video-
Independence.
all the World War II shorts that they have to,
Yeah.
you know, because they got like Donald Duck as a Nazi and shit like that.
yeah, all those old racist Disney cartoons.
Yeah, exactly.
Donald Duck
That's
is
where
a
they keep
Nazi.
like
Yeah, the old World War II
Zippity-doo-dah.
cartoons that,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Disney did.
I was
that they
like,
take and they put in the vault and they never let out and they never talk about it and pretend like it never happened.
Yikes.
Yeah, but hey, now Disney Plus is a thing, so I mean they can just
they're just
throw
like,
all that on there.
Here's
we
the
will
Nazi
bring
Disney
back the
section.
Nazi cartoons if you subscribe to Disney Plus.
That's just Disney Plus Plus. So get all
Disney
these-
Plus Nazi.
It's like Disney minus.
Yeah, that's yikes.
That's like I was watching an episode of Ghost Hunters last night, and they were at the
My condolences.
alley.
Wait,
in,
Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures?
Ghost Adventures. That's
Okay,
right.
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
bro,
say
tap out
Hunters.
affliction. Challenging
Yeah.
ghosts to fight.
Bacon.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
What a-
I'm feeling some weird energy in here, bro.
Oh my god, dude!
My favorite one.
But the story about
something just grabbed my ass. It's my favorite.
yeah,
This
they did.
one is when they go to that island off of like the coast of like Italy or something. They had like the plague victims.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
die.
yeah.
Like Zach gets possessed. And he's like, and he like smashes a camera against the wall. It's the best shit in the world.
He becomes
Dude,
Kyle for
it
2
is-
seconds.
Literally, he gets possessed by Kyle. Because he's like walking around. They're like, dude, what's wrong with Zach? And he's like, smashes him.
Man, I'm pissed.
Yeah, and then he just becomes unpossessed, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, nice, you're back. You broke a camera, by the way." And he's like, "Well, what the fuck?" It's amazing. It's one of the best pieces of television you'll ever see.
But you were saying, I'm sorry.
No, it was-
I'll go off about this.
no, they did an episode at the alley recording studio in L.A. That was fucking crazy.
Which one is
I'm
that?
unfamiliar with that.
They like Red Hot Chili Peppers recorded a few albums there, some other big name bands, but it was like secluded, and it was like a fortress almost that this guy built. And
Is it the place where they recorded In Utero?
No, In Utero was recorded at a house.
Right.
No.
Is that not what
That's-
you're talking
no,
about?
that is where they recorded it.
Was it?
Yeah,
It's got that fireplace.
yeah, I
It's like
think
that-
so.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, because that was because that's where Norman Jean did.
Yeah.
Or similar.
Yeah. We saw that on that
That
documentary.
But yeah, it was like supposedly haunted and shit.
Oh,
but
word.
like
Noise.
Man, I don't want anyone to see my face.
Oh yeah, by the way, Benny's back in the control room again.
Hey, Ben.
So
Hi, Ben.
he's even got a camera on himself this time.
Wow. Look at him.
Don't just keep the camera only on you though.
Yeah.
Do I sound good
Get up
though?
in the camera's face like you're shooting like a fisheye like skate montage or something.
little thing.
I forget where I was going with that story anyway.
I don't know.
Squirrel.
Ended at Ghost Adventures. That's all.
I wouldn't have said anything. Like, if I wouldn't have said anything, they would have bitched at me for it later.
I mean, we like to find excuses to bitch at you for them.
so
I'm sure
I
we'll
said
still find
something
something to yell
out.
at you
You
for.
probably will. and
At
it's
least
not
this
gonna
one
be
might
my
be in
fault.
focus.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
look for reasons to tell you why I love you. You got beautiful eyes.
I appreciate that.
10 things I love about you.
Appreciate it.
But no, I think I was gonna like studios like that are fucking awesome. You know, that have a story to them.
Well, there's like the mansion in Hollywood that everybody talks about, the Houdini mansion and stuff, where there's been lots of albums recorded out there too.
That's where Volume 3 was
Yep.
recorded. But
Yeah.
Houdini lived there.
No, he didn't ever. It was just
I
called
don't know
the
why
Houdini.
they call it that, but
I forgot
I think that's
you were
where
talking about-
Red Hot Chili Peppers did Blood Sugar Sex
I
Magic.
was-
Yeah, and,
I was confused.
Manson
I was like, we
did
haven't
Hollywood.
done
There.
9 Inch Nails, I think, recorded one of those early albums in the Sharon Tate
Yeah,
house.
the Tate House. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
before they tore it down.
Yeah.
yet. Which album?
Where the Manson murders happened.
Yeah,
It was either Downward Spiral or that EP.
down with the sickness.
No, that hasn't released yet.
They recorded the domestic abuse solo of Down with the Sickness, but
Yeah.
exclusively in the house.
No, mommy, stop it! Don't hit me. Oh, you
What's
bitch!
funny is that was brought up last podcast.
hate
That
that
part of that song was brought up with the last band that was on the podcast.
Really?
Domestic abuse solo.
He's like, ow, stop!
He's like, "Mommy, don't hit me again. I'll be a good boy. I promise."
See, that's horny.
Being a good
That
boy.
shit.
Being told you're a good boy.
Yeah.
Tony.
Oh yeah.
Can I get one of these?
That was a nice Chris.
It's more like mommy hit me. I'm a bad boy. That's horny.
Yo, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah. Folks.
Folks. You know, some people like. You ever notice how some people say both and some people say both
Yeah.
with like an L?
Yeah.
Does anyone here say both?
That's a Wisconsin thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
That's a Wisconsin.
Who in their right?
I've heard people
What's like
say it, but I
both?
can't. Now.
Who in their right fucking mind heard an L in it?
both.
it was like costume.
Well, okay, that's
My dad.
That's just a boomer
That
thing.
motherfucker says George Washington. George Washington. Washington D.C.
Washington
Washcloths.
Carver.
Yo, Dad, if you're listening, fuck you, man.
Fuck you.
I can't stand people to put the R in wash.
Yeah.
I just remember my dickhead boss at my first pizza job. He would say, "You gotta wash the dishes" or some shit. I'm
What a
just
prick.
like, God, right? I'm just like, I
Were you
already
like-
hated you, but this makes it so much
Yeah,
worse.
were you like, okay, boomer?
Yeah, totally bad.
Just to get with the times.
Literally, before we came here today, we parked in that fucking laundromat parking lot, and Adam had to explain to me the boomer meme.
Are you serious?
I didn't get it. He
What's
called
not
it.
to get?
He called it a slur.
It's like a slur against like.
You can't use it in the workplace now.
You
It's
can say
offensive.
Really?
It's discriminatory. Boomers,
What?
Boomers are over the age of 40.
Oh my god, I could have
Age
got fired.
discrimination is over the age of 40.
Boomer's
so
a
if you refer to
mindset. Like,
Well-
you can be an old guy and not be a boomer. You know?
Lifestyle.
No, Boomer's generational. That
So
it's
if
like,
someone
we're
calls me
millennials.
I'm saying, okay, the people that fucking, I don't know. I'm gonna give them.
I'm just telling you, from an HR
Go ahead, Matt.
perspective.
Go off.
I don't know. I already lost my train of thought. That train has left the station.
Damn kids don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like costume and costume. I've heard people.
Costume?
I've heard people.
Caught
Where are all these
costume.
extra letters coming
know.
from? There's an R in wash. There's an L in both, and now there's an H in costume.
there's an R in gosh when Goofy says it.
Well, Oshkosh Bagosh. Oshkosh Bagorsh. Orsh Bagorsh.
You know, I'm just picking up pants at Orsh Gorsh.
What the fuck are we even talking about now?
It's always good when we get off topic.
Yeah.
I love getting off topic.
love
Fuck
getting off.
music.
Yeah, music fucking sucks. Can I get an anti-shout out to music?
Fuck you,
Put
music.
down.
Do you guys have like a soundboard? You go like, wah!
Or like a.
We can add it in post.
Yeah.
If you add it right here over my voice, add a shit ton of like air horn noises, or so you can't even hear what I'm saying.
Can you just play "Bring Me to Life" on repeat for the entire podcast?
I've had so many people tell us that third song on the EP sounds like Evanescence.
Oh,
I'm always like,
Yo,
yes!
Sam's vocal choice does sound like Amy Lee. It's sick. Amy Lee is so fucking sick.
Actually, I showed it to my partner at work, and he's like, "Sounds like I wrestled a bear once."
Interesting.
So, props to
That's
that.
Where did they hear the like polka influence?
Yeah.
in it?
I
They
don't
were
know. I
like, we
remember
didn't
there
throw
being a
any.
beat
They just heard a woman in a metal band, and they're like, "Oh wow, wow!"
Oh, sounds like Paramore.
You
Yeah.
guys are like a mix of Paramore and Evanescence.
Sam, do you want to comment on anything?
No, keep going.
I was thinking more like Ginger, but I mean,
No.
Ginger makes more sense than fucking Paramore.
Like Ginger Spice.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I always like Sporty Spice
Barbie
better. I mean.
girl.
Dude, Ginger's fucking wild.
I'm a posh fan. Yeah, Ginger is.
I was really going for more of like a Concrete Blonde meets like Chelsea Wolfe kind of thing. But it's because I can't stop listening to that goddamn Chelsea Wolfe album.
Right?
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
It's wildin', as the kids say.
I have to be careful when that comes on, because my last son happened because of the previous album.
Nice. Nice.
You fucked that
It's
album.
his fucking
Made
season.
love to that
That's a
album.
power move.
Yo, making out to Chelsea Wolfe is tight. Yes!
No.
That was weak.
No. Ow! We gotta do it again. Okay,
take
good
it.
enough.
I was waiting for that to miss. And
Oh fuck!
I think that last one I just kind of like.
Next dad.
You're so wet.
Why are your balls
wet?
Ew! Why would you put that moisture on me?
I'm perpetually anxious at all times of the day, so I just sweat out of my palms like a goddamn.
You're just like a cold, wet noodle.
So clammy.
It's like
He's not clammy though. That's the thing. He's just wet. It's like he just got out of the pool.
I've been wiping my hands on my pants this whole time.
He's
too,
just so
to
glistening.
I can see the streaks.
It's really not.
He's
I'm
just
like a
saving on
fucking
lotion.
slug.
Matt, why are you constantly leaking?
I'm sorry that I'm like this.
Secretions.
I'm just on the verge of a breakdown.
Yes, Matt.
Yo, I know what it's your boy Leaks.
Just saving on lotion.
I'm sorry, I'll leave the band because of my sweaty ass hands.
No, please don't.
No, it's too late. I've already done it.
I don't think anyone said anything about leaving. You're not going anywhere.
It's
First
too
of all,
late.
Just, God damn it, not again.
You're not going anywhere alive.
or I'll find you. You little rat. Yo, shout out to Cursed Earth.
My God,
Yeah.
fucking such a good album.
Yeah.
Have you guys listened to that Cursed Earth album? Okay, so Cursed Earth is like an HM2 core blackened band that you'd expect, right? And they were pretty alright. And then their vocalist left for some reason. I can't remember why. And they're like, hey, let's put out an album where every song is like the vocals are a different person from a different band. And it's the fucking sickest thing you'll ever goddamn
It's so
listen to.
tight, dude.
Like the first song is the guy from Kublai Khan, and he just fucking slaughters it.
I heard that band, and when I downloaded their album, it's Kublai Khan TX.
Oh, they
now.
got sued.
Yeah.
Sued,
They got
yeah.
sued by
David
some
was telling me
no-name
about
band. No-name
from like
band.
the 80s.
Well, that's what I was,
Thrash
yeah, that's
band.
what I was saying a while back. Maybe a couple days ago at the house, I was like, "Yeah, it's called Kublai Khan TX now,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "It's like Link's Awakening DX." I don't know.
Right. Well, it's Texas. Like they're from Texas.
Oh, okay.
So
Why don't they just call themselves Kublai Khan 182?
I wonder if they thought of that.
Kublai Khan Gene.
Kublai Khan 333.
Oh, you're right.
These
All
are
of
horrible
those.
ideas.
It's true. I never claimed it was a good idea. I think that was
I'm still down for the
all
182 one personally.
It's my favorite of the three that you just pitched.
Thank you. Yo,
Can we just
Nice.
air 5 from now on so I don't have to infect you with
I'll
my
embrace
sweat?
your leak. I'm not gonna do it all the time.
It's like on my birthday and Valentine's Day.
Birthday and Hallmark holidays. But anyway, what the fuck are we talking about?
Music.
Ghost Adventures.
Oh, yeah. Post Malone was on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That shit was that shit was funny.
Oh, he was on. I didn't know
Yeah.
he was on that. Shit, so that was post. There's 2 eras of Ghost Adventures. There's Tap Out Affliction era, and there's Suspenders Clean Cut era.
Yeah.
So Post Malone was on Clean Cut era. Goddamn. Proud of him.
Yeah, it was dope. I can't remember a goddamn thing about it.
They're probably fun.
It's the same thing every show, though.
They probably find ghosts.
They
Yes.
said that he was ugly or something.
They said he stunk.
Stunk.
Yeah, that he was stanky.
Sorry, we don't fucking shower with Axe every day. Fucking Zach Baggins.
It was the ghost that said he was stinky.
Oh, the ghost said he was stinky.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a little like.
Oh, I thought you
You
were saying.
stink.
I thought you were saying they trash
It was
talk.
like
No,
the,
no,
It was
no.
like the
Like-
spirit box thing, so it's like.
I like
you smell like shit.
They're like, he just said Post Malone. I think you smell like shit. Oh my god.
I like spaghetti.
It's like a class one
Interrupt that
EVP.
right now. So our
Hold the
audience.
fucking phone,
Spaghetti.
Samantha. That was on Paranormal State.
Was it really?
Yeah, I got all the DVDs.
Oh,
He does.
I don't
What the
know.
fuck? I've never heard of Paranormal State.
And it was this dude got outed, like he like faked like bladder cancer or something.
That's such a very specific cancer.
What?
Yeah, he faked having bladder cancer and then like got people to like donate all this money to him, and then he like wrote a book that flopped. And
Well, we all have our own hustles.
And then yeah, he got canceled because of the fake bladder cancer.
Well,
That would do it.
Yeah,
yeah,
every time.
that'll do it.
Every time.
Kids, if you take away one thing from this podcast, don't fake bladder cancer. Other cancers, fair game. Bladder cancer,
Smoke spice. It's choice.
if it feels good, do it.
End scene. Anyway.
So, you guys got anything coming up as far as shows coming?
There's always shows coming up.
Like
It never-
December on.
Yeah.
I'd have to get the old time.
Yo.
Yeah,
out.
hold on.
Time
right
tree.
here.
Yeah.
I'll beat you to it.
There's
Beat you
never
to
not. What's up?
We're going to lose somebody for a second.
Daddy duty calls, dude.
it. So long.
Yeah, I
We
don't know.
have-
We're in November. I think we got a show in.
The 22nd
The 22nd.
Gosh.
at Ignition.
No, it's at the Well. Remember, it got moved.
Oh,
No,
God,
that
move.
one's at Ignition.
No, that one is at Ignition.
Then we have the 7th of December at
That's
State
my sister's
Street.
birthday. Sorry, Fizz.
And then the 28th
Fuck you,
of
Jazz.
December at the VFW in Anderson.
The VW.
That's with Zach Wesco and his new band.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got those 3 shows coming up.
It's holiday season. We're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, we're also gonna try to write a lot. So, but who's to say we won't like impromptu shows
It's
or like
inevitable.
add more dates because
Like,
we
it's
hate
just
doing
inevitable.
nothing on the
Yeah.
weekends.
Yeah.
We got to bring you guys back out here again at some
Lafayette.
point. Yeah.
Sure, dude. I mean, fuck, we'll play anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, dead ass.
One of our old bands played last night, and it was just like, man, I wish this was Lizards.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, Dad.
it's not your fault. Actually, wait, no, it's entirely your
It
fault.
is
Yeah,
my
it is
fault.
your
It
fault.
actually was my fault. I'm in a
Leaky
couple.
ass man.
Yeah, I leaked in another band.
But yeah, I mean, there's always shows. We always like Instagram is where we try to promote stuff the most, just because it's like the social media algorithm that fucks us the least. So
Yeah. That shit's just getting more and more ridiculous every day.
I mean, look, dude. Here's the thing, though. Like, people always get pissed about it, but it's like you're at the mercy of the owner of the social media network. Like, if you think about it, like you're kind of coming into their house and thinking that you like can just fucking put the dishes where you want. You know what I mean? But you're at the mercy of somebody else, and if they want to charge you fucking money for it, then like go make your own fucking social network site that doesn't make money and just wants to help bands, and then figure out. I mean, you're in the land of opportunity, man. Figure
Yeah.
it the fuck
No,
out.
it's
They didn't
kinda-
have this shit period before.
Well, it's kind of like using that analogy. It's like, you know, when things like Facebook and things like that started out, it was more like, you know, the young, you know, college kid just got his 1st apartment. He's cool with everybody coming and crashing and partying in his house, fucking everything up, didn't really care.
Yeah.
And then they grew up and started to become a little bit more mature and decided, hey, let's become responsible adults and get into this business world.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then they started tightening down things,
Yeah.
starting to make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can come into the house, but you can't just trash it. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, if a smart person can find a way to take money from stupid people like me, I can't argue that. You know what I mean? Like, you did it.
I, for one, welcome our new corporate overlord.
But, you know, I haven't given him $1 yet, so fuck him.
Thank God for Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I just, people get so bent out of shape about, like, I had to spend $5 to promote our show. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you didn't have to. You could have gone and flyered.
Oh, I was gonna say, back in the old day, you'd spend $5-10 making a bunch of flyers and then walking around town.
You can individually message all your friends too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
flyer.
you gotta be
Really?
careful with
Just
that now
invite your
because
friends
now they
list.
crack down on people for doing that because they look at it as spamming.
Ah,
So
well,
then they'll block your account after, like, if you, because I mean we've done that with some of our stuff where it's like, you know, we send out mass messages like from our band pages and
Yeah.
stuff to
Well, you know.
people, and then after 50 or 60 of them, it'll lock us out for an hour.
Yeah.
well,
Don't let us do anything
don't
else.
message your fucking grandma then.
I don't know. It's I think that Fort Wayne very recently, a venue like started doing shows in Fort Wayne called the Bug House. We played there a couple weeks ago, and
Bug House is sick.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Bug House.
if you're gonna support any fucking venue in Fort Wayne, it needs to be that place because it is proper DIY, great people, great community, lots of young kids coming to shows, which is amazing.
It is, man.
Lots of elders at the shows, which is amazing. It's just a great time. But I think that the Bug House is going to really advocate those young kids to like that sort of like guerrilla marketing. You know what I mean? That whole like go flyer your fucking show, go tell your friends about it, text your friends about it. You know what I mean? Like, don't rely so much on these algorithms and shit. Because like, I mean, I've missed shows because I didn't see the flyer on Instagram until 2 days after it happened.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen too.
Yeah, it sucks. But like, that's just my own laziness for not paying close enough attention to things that I care about. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you wanna sit and complain about getting fucked over by the algorithm like I do sometimes, like, do something about it. Like, change the way that your local scene hears about music. You know what I mean? Change the way your local scene hears about new venues opening. Try harder.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
like back in, I don't want to sound old, but like back in the day when I started going to shows, we didn't have Facebook or Instagram. We had MySpace, which wasn't all that great for posting on
Yeah.
social media. So I mean, really, it was just the footwork. And to be honest, like larger crowds back then too. So
Well,
it's
we've-
like
we've brought it up on this show before, where there was also at a certain time, there was also venues had a reputation, and so people would go to the venue just because the venue was known for being a good venue and bringing in bands, even if they didn't know who was on the lineup. They didn't care because they knew that the venue was known for bringing in good music and supporting the local scenes. I mean, unfortunately, around here, as we've talked ad nauseum on this podcast already, we've lost pretty much all of those around here. So it's, that's part of why we decided to do this.
Sure.
Was to kind of give our friends and stuff around here, and even out farther, like with you guys, something else to help kind of get you out somewhere.
Yeah.
Use what kind of skills we've learned over the years to kind of do something with it.
Yeah. Well, it's it's important to stay relevant in a scene. You need to contribute. You know what I mean? And I mean, what you guys are doing is a contribution. You know what I mean? And it's like, a lot of people think that just clicking a share button on Facebook is, well, I did my part. Like,
Exactly.
well, wait, the Harrison House isn't doing shows anymore? I didn't know about this. It's been 3 months and they've been closed. I had no idea. Like, yeah, like, pay attention. Be more involved. Be more, like, a part of something. Contribute. Help out. But,
don't half-ass.
Yeah, don't half-ass it, but, like, don't expect anything other than, like, emotional impact in return. I think that's another problem, is that, like, people get on this high horse and they're like, well, what's in it for me? It's like, well, if it doesn't inspire you to create and it doesn't, like, make you feel good to be a part of a community of people that, like, want to take care of each other and support each other, then, like,
Maybe you don't give a shit.
there's no trophy or anything in any of this. Like, our friend Ben in Bazooka Tooth worded it perfectly when we were on that last run. Like, when you break all this down to brass tacks, when you eliminate all the, like, you know, the cliques and the what do you call it, like the social status of certain genres, and like at the end of the day we're playing songs, and it's not that deep. It is that deep, but it's not that deep. You know what I mean? It's just like, if you want to be involved with it, be involved with it, but don't be involved with it because you think that there's some sort of like status symbol you're gonna achieve with it, because it just makes you look like a fucking phony.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I have to say that has been really encouraging for us, because I mean we were out of the scene for quite a while. I mean, we used to, around here especially, we used to be heavily involved back in like 2006 to 2011 for me, probably
9, 10 for me. I think it was 10.
And then we kind of got out of it, and had families and kids and other things, but
I played drums in a cover band for a while.
But then,
Did you get fucking paid?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you did.
but part of what got us back into
cover
doing
bands.
this again was because of guys like you and Bennett and other people that have started building this community back up again. And it was like, oh, thank God there's other people around here that actually understand that it takes a community.
Plus,
It's not just
It'd been a few years that I beat up on Benny, so I just smack him around a little bit.
That whole like the lot thing. I mean, that's what that is. It's a community. It's like, I don't know. I try to be as like transparent and as like unfiltered about it, but it's like, if you want to come here, like your family. If you don't want to, that's cool. But like, this is ours. You know what I mean? And I don't think anyone's gonna take that away from us. And I mean, it's a very open-minded. It's very inclusive, but it's
an
also
inclusive, safe space.
yeah, but it's also really protective. And I mean, when it comes to things like hearing stories about girls not feeling safe in the parking lot at a venue, or somebody getting touched in the crowd or something, like, we're not going to put up with it anymore. I mean, I don't like to really advertise that a whole lot, and I'm not trying to send out like any fucking like tough guy message or anything.
no, but
like,
it's bullshit. I mean,
you're not going to come to our show and fuck with
Absolutely not.
I mean, I'm tired of it. I have my only sibling is my younger sister, so it's kind of been like printed in my head from a very young age. But like, you're not gonna come to our show and try and fucking ruin it for somebody, So
well, and luckily, from what I've been able to see myself, at least in being involved in shows that you guys have been a part of, and everything in the kind of the scene that we've all kind of become a part of, this community we've become a part of, for the most part, I've been extremely happy with the majority of the people that are involved. Most of them are good people that actually care for each other and would stand up for each other and help each other out.
Yeah, I can say the same thing, really. Almost everywhere we've been
Nah.
has been overwhelmingly positive. I mean, you usually don't get bad vibes out of a lot of the people around you.
and when you do, it gets squashed immediately.
Yeah.
I could definitely see you just jumping off stage and decking someone. And then just go right back up and start playing again.
I jump right in there with him, man.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it firsthand.
Seen you go in there swinging the guitar around a few
Yeah.
people.
I'll fucking take a cymbal off the stand and throw it like right in.
Kung Lao
I was
fucking
gonna say
style.
like what was that, Schwarzenegger
Dr.
in,
No,
in
or-
Commando with the
Oh,
saw
with the
blade.
fucking saw blade! My God, God, that movie's so good.
You remember the Kid Rock Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh, yeah.
TV.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Someone throws a cymbal and like cuts somebody's dick off. I think it's Kid Rock whose dick gets cut off. You never seen Celebrity Deathmatch?
Nah.
It's ridiculous.
That was on MTV, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back in the day, like mid 2000s. It was like when Robot Chicken was pretty huge, so like they had like a claymation.
It was even
style.
before
It was
that.
before
Way
Robot
before
Chicken.
Robot
Chicken. Was
It,
Yeah.
it actually started
In the
I think
90s.
Late
like
90s.
late 90s.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, it's been that long?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Celebrity
See,
Deathmatch
when
was
I was,
like
like, a
it
kid, I
got
just
big
thought it
in like probably 99.
Yeah.
99.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just so silly.
It was like
though.
late
And then
night
I think by
MTV.
2002, I think they were already done. I don't think they even.
See, I remember it being like
They did
2005.
reruns,
Yeah, okay, so those
it was
reruns.
just-
I
They
was
brought it
watching
back
then.
for a little
Yeah,
bit
so
too, I
it's
think.
like every time I like go to like video game shops and stuff, but every time there's a copy of Celebrity Deathmatch original Xbox.
Hell yeah.
That was like pre Adult Swim. Even.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like
That was
The
when
late
MTV
night
actually gave a shit about other things besides,
Reality
celebrity and
TV.
reality TV and
It
shit.
was the late night shows.
Well, they've even ruined MTV Live. Like, well, what's that now? It used to be Palladia before that, and they just showed live concert videos 24/7, and then MTV took it over, and they just play like reruns of TLC.
No one watches TV anymore anyway.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Internet killed the video star.
Rest in peace, Palladia though. Palladia was cool
job.
as shit.
Sure.
Hell yeah. I don't know what that is, but it sounds tight.
Palladia?
Sounds like one of your dumb fucking prog.
What body
gent
part is
bands.
that?
No, it does. No, Palladia was basically like as you said, they just played like live concert footage all the time. So literally, I would just sit there and just
Like
watch,
Glastonbury
like
and
download and stuff like that.
sick.
So literally, I spent so many hours watching like download
Eric Clapton's
compilations on
Crossroads
What?
concert, the Crossroads concerts from Eric Clapton. Those were
He was
good.
fucking wild.
That's where I first saw
On MTV 2.
Gary Clark Jr. was on that one time.
No, what is
Fell in
that?
love with that dude.
I just remember like System of a Down did this thing called $2 Bill one time, and it was just like a live set.
Well, that's
MTV Two.
Yeah, it was MTV
Yep.
2. Yeah.
My parents never let me watch MTV growing up because I'm still a youngin', so back in the tail end.
Oh, dude, I was sitting there watching Andy Milonakis.
Oh yeah.
Non-stop. Just melting my brain.
I wish.
When I found out that dude was like in his late 30s when that was made, I was just like,
What's the condition he has?
It's part of what made it so good, though.
I don't know. It kind of ruined it for me. I don't know why. Like, I was probably like 16 when I found that out.
That
I
show's
was-
fucking hilarious.
But it's punishing.
Yeah.
Like
That was like the whole like Jackass era.
Oh yeah.
And Tom Green. And
Yeah.
Tom
Love the
Green.
Tom Green show.
I don't know if I ever saw any of that.
Like Jackass or anything?
No. I love Jackass. I'm talking about Tom Green. I just remember he was in that movie Grind.
yeah.
He was like the DJ. Jimmy was off the hook.
Off.
You haven't even watched Freddy Got Fingered yet.
Dude,
No,
Freddy
I've
got
seen the
fingered.
scene.
Daddy, would you like some
Daddy, would you like
sausage?
some
I've seen
sausage?
that.
There's a
Daddy,
bunch of scenes though.
Like the umbilical cord on the belly.
Yeah.
I've still not seen this movie, but it sounds like an absolute.
I'm gonna
bastion
find
of
it.
filth.
I'm gonna find
have
it,
it.
and we're gonna. You have it.
I own it.
So
Found it.
Family movie.
found
night.
it. Yeah. Family movie night. She's gonna bring it over. It is like the best worst thing ever, but also I think a misunderstood piece of art.
It's a train. It's a train wreck from beginning to end, but beautiful.
If you
Yeah.
had to compare it to The Room, is
Like
it
a
better
train
or
wreck in
worse?
slow mo.
Better.
Okay. Good.
The Room's a hard watch. Like
Have you not seen The Room?
You guys seen Saving Private Ryan?
That movie's terrible.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
I hate it.
Yes.
Why?
God damn.
No, I love
Shaving
World War
Tom
II.
Hanks'
Everything
Private.
World War II.
Saving Private Ryan. God damn, what a fucking movie.
Pretty much all I watch anymore is like Paw Patrol and SpongeBob. So
Yeah.
Dude,
Right?
I've seen. Okay, I do respite care for a family, for a kid with special needs, and he will only watch Paw Patrol Saves Christmas on repeat for
Oh,
months.
God.
So I
That's
can fucking-
incredible.
Yeah, I can quote that entire goddamn movie. It so pisses
Why don't you
me off.
start?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, the popcorn is great for decorating, but my tummy would rather eat it.
Yo, that show sounds fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's,
I just got chilled.
yeah, I should be a voice actor.
It's like Yo Gabba Gabba.
I'll have to find that scene and then I'll
Please.
just dub that.
Please,
little-
dude. You just get copyright strikes, but just put that entire episode in the middle. Of it. Just like, oh god, it's not even bad. It's just when you watch it over and over, you start to like think of like the inadequacies in the plot and stuff like that. So you're like,
It's because it's for children. They don't give a shit about the plot.
right, but like I just again the
Louisiana
amount of
plot
times that I have
blizzards.
seen Paw Patrol Saves Christmas is honestly astounding, and it hurts.
I hurt right now thinking about it.
Dude, okay, Freddy Got Fingered, followed by Paw Patrol Saves Christmas.
Yeah.
We also have to watch Neverending Story. That's been on the list for a
Is that the
while.
one where the fucking horse is like depressed and then
Our
like
guy-
dies?
Yes.
No, you're thinking of Half Baked when Dave Chappelle the guy kills the horse. Butternuts. You like popcorn?
She's diabetic.
I haven't seen that in a long time. That and Out Cold.
Joey just found out a week ago that Sir Smokes a Lot, the rapper in Half Baked, is played by Dave Chappelle.
I had no idea.
He had no idea.
I had no, and when he told me, it was just like, wowie.
And I was just kind of like, we were all just kind of sitting there like, that's clearly Dave Chappelle, man.
I mean, yeah. Now that I know, it's clearly Dave Chappelle, but
Who would you think it was?
I have no idea. I thought it was Sir Smoke a Lot. Like,
Dave was also, when he was 18, was in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah.
That he was in The Nutty Professor.
Yep.
He was that stand-up comedian.
Yep.
And that shit's funny.
Fucking vaping over there.
Puffing on that thing again back there.
Woo!
Dude, can you do some sick twisters like into the camera? Fuck.
Can you create a twister right now?
Twister with Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
And,
Can you
Yeah,
recreate that movie,
awesome movie.
using
Great
smoke?
fun.
Isn't that the movie where they like fucking basically kill the other team for having the
It's the
audacity
movie
to
where
chase a
the
tornado?
fucking
Kind
Dodge
of.
Ram can go through a barn that's flipping over and come out without a scratch.
I
Or
just
a
remember
crack in the
cow flying.
windshield.
Or it can.
It's like, my dad used to be like, this is a fucking Dodge commercial? Like, the whole fucking
The
movie.
tornado can break wood, like rip the nails off of everything, pull metal holes out of the ground. But two people can stay on with a leather strap,
Right?
like, in the middle of a tornado.
Science.
It's a beautiful love
I
story.
still haven't
Come on.
seen this movie front to back.
Dude,
Oh my
I
god,
haven't
it's so
either.
good.
It's one of those you always catch on AMC and like pints.
Right.
It's one of my
I'm
favorites.
still a sucker for it. I love
Yeah,
I
that
just
movie.
fucking love disaster movies in general. Dude.
yeah, like disaster movie.
No. Like, okay, I thought about this for the first time the other day because I saw Backdraft 2, and I'm like, first of all, who the fuck asked for a sequel to Backdraft? Has anyone seen Backdraft?
What
You
is
ever-
that?
ever
It's
seen
Kurt
Backdraft?
Russell in the 90s. And basically,
It's like
he's a
firefighter.
firefighter.
Flying around the world.
Yo, Kurt Russell,
Wait, is that
great
the guy?
actor.
Is that the guy? From
No.
No,
You're
they're
Russell
thinking of
Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
yeah.
Not the same person at all.
Flying around the world.
Yeah, fucking Backdraft.
No,
What a
Kurt
movie.
Russell's a great actor. You okay?
We're like, let's see, 2012, Day After Tomorrow.
Great film.
Was Kurt Russell in
I'm not sure I call
2012?
it great, but it is amazing.
Was Kurt Russell in 2012?
No. Oh, I'm talking about disaster movies.
He said-
Oh, disaster movies.
Two
in general.
completely different conversations. man.
I like.
just described your sex life to me. It ain't great, but it's amazing.
I wish you were wrong.
Yeah, that got over quickly.
Nah, 2012 was sick.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm thinking of The Perfect Storm. Where I always mix up. Adam like wants to kill me every time I say this, but I always mix up The Shawshank Redemption and American History X.
How do you mix those two up?
Shawshank has less curb stops.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always fucking.
American
I've
History
never
X-
seen either of them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I've never seen either of
I
them.
think American
Shawshank
History X
Redemption.
has less rape.
American History X has less?
I think so.
Dude, there's that whole fucking, like, shower prison.
No fucking spoilers.
Oh yeah.
We'll
there is
add
a
it to our family.
Yo,
I own both.
No, it's American History X, and then
We just
Paw
need to get a
Patrol.
sheet of paper.
You need a palate cleanser.
Okay, we know for a fact that Paw Patrol has less rape.
Are you
I
sure?
have not seen the whole series, so I cannot speak for that.
It is a cop show, and like maybe there's some prison scenes. Who knows?
It's all
Paw Patrol is
It could be
propaganda from a
gnarly.
young age.
It could be gnarly. We don't know.
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol brings the perp to the maximum security prison.
A Paw Patrol in the Wire mashup. TV
Paw
series.
Patrol finds the dead body that's been marinating in the house for a week.
And then they
Gee
End up
willikers,
eating
it
it.
sure does smell bad in here.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Paw Patrol plants a sack of like crack in the glove box as they search the car.
Drove a long way to be here.
Fuck cops.
Yo, yes.
Fuck Paw
shit.
Patrol.
Right?
That rap fucking piece
All
of
cops
shit.
are bastards.
Yeah. Even Paw Patrol.
It's perfect though because I hate dogs and I hate cops, so it's just like
Dog
Oh,
Cop.
a dog
I'm gonna petition to rename Paw Patrol Dog Cop.
Does that mean you want all German Shepherds killed?
well, I mean,
Joey.
I'm just kidding. I don't hate dogs.
Except for Paw Patrol.
Yeah, fuck that
Well,
guy.
Paw Patrol has the fucking human kid in it too that runs the whole thing.
Fuck him too.
Yeah, it's just like this kid in a hoodie that's like,
Scrawny
"Hey,
bastard."
Dalmatian, you need to go put out the fire." I can't remember their fucking name.
So he doesn't even wear an official uniform.
No, he just like wears a
The
fucking
station
hoodie.
is corrupt.
Back me up here. Yeah. He has no dress code, but
Does
the
it
rest
say
of
like
them do.
security on the back of the hoodie?
I don't know. Can you back me up here? I don't
No,
Yo,
it's
this
just
show
like
sucks.
it's always red, white, and blue. Like it's
Right.
America.
fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a little about me.
Oh God.
What else is on the agenda, boys?
Oh, Benny, you want to chime in a little bit here too? This is usually about the time of the show where Benny chimes in with some shit that we haven't talked about yet for some reason. We forgot.
Heat.
That means I had to pay attention.
Yep.
Oh God damn it!
Bring us the bangers. What's on your mind?
Oh man, I didn't even hit record.
See, that would be not far from the truth.
We can talk about the swollen pickle and how it took fucking people 10 years to like realize how sick of a pedal it was.
Dude, let's just talk about the HM2 tone period.
Yeah, that's another pedal that
just
was
like
cool
a
20 years
fuzz
ago.
tone period.
HM2 what? Just in general? HM2?
Yeah,
No,
like
just the fuzz tone. in
H&M
general.
2.
HM2 is not a fuzz, Ben.
Well,
What
it
if
kind of
H&M?
is.
No, Ben.
I know it's.
Ben. An HM2 is an HM2.
It is. You're
Broccoli
right.
Rob's Broccoli Rob. Fuck hard. It's the motor champ.
Hi, uncomfortable. I'm
Right.
dad.
The circuitry is different, which has different tones. So, I mean, each pedal is different, but
I'm just saying, Knock Loose just did their rig rundown, and they're like, yo,
Yeah,
swollen
no.
pickles. And every fucking, like, jogger wearing, big hoodie wearing, fucking hardcore kid is like,
Vane windbreaker.
yeah. Fuck, I need to go to Guitar Center now!
I got a vein hoodie, so.
I want that Vane windbreaker so bad, even though it is kind of a meme. Like, goddamn.
Sam's vein long sleeve
Disturbed
that she
shirt?
bought looks like a Disturbed shirt.
It really does.
Because they have that logo of the dude that looks like the sickness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
The thickness.
it started because we had went and seen. Well, we went to go see Vane. I think you guys got to see them. I missed Vane.
I got to see 3 songs by Vane.
I still haven't
And-
seen Vane. So.
I was looking at the venue
There
going,
it is.
wow, it's pretty in here. I don't really like
Zach's
Vane.
Zach's licking the soul and pickle.
Yeah,
You were having a good time. You were fucking
was always
stomping
fun.
around with me.
But then
that didn't happen.
Yeah, you were. A smile was on your face as you were watching.
Because it was
them
such a
play.
beautiful environment.
Right. The breakdowns go Jun Jun Wee.
You like Vane?
No, they go Junjun.
That's why it's great. I'm just a slut for 2 octave up Digitech whammy screeches.
I
I'm just like,
swear you
sold.
just told me that Vane record grew on you too.
It did.
So you hate Vane or do you love Vane?
Let's flip a coin and find out.
Oh, don't do this now.
Yeah. Okay. Fucking Javier Bardem. You hate Vane.
Hated it.
There you go.
Hated it.
What?
He hates Vane today.
I hated it!
How can you do that?
I don't hate it.
I don't know. Which Joey are you talking to right
I
now?
don't know.
Ben.
No one fucking knows.
Nobody ever knows.
Split
That's
personality.
that's the joy of it. You,
You
never
can
know
usually
which one you're
tell
gonna get.
which one you're talking to based on how erect I am.
I was gonna say erection.
That's
God, you're so
fucking
predictable now.
If I'm like 30%, it's usually like calm, normal. I like Vane, you know. If I'm like 78%, fuck Vane. Fuck Vane. I don't know. You know?
My veins are bulging.
The irony.
The audacity.
Fuck Vane and fuck Vane.
Fucking
my fuck vein. It's like it predicts the weather. My fuck vein is throbbing, which means that there is going to be a storm soon.
Yeah, the swollen pickle's a tight pedal.
My swollen pickle. My swollen pickle is telling me to hate vein right now.
oh fuck.
So yeah.
No, that swollen pickle tone though is dope.
It's cool.
What the fuck is it? I'm a drummer.
It's just a fuzz pedal.
That's a
It's
fuzz
literally
pedal.
just a fuzz pedal.
But you can get some nasty
You can scoop.
tone with it.
You can crunch. You can filter.
Can you scoop the mids?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gotta
Well,
keep
good way
mids
to have a tone.
out of places. Sometimes.
I had the Kurt Ballou Brutalist Jr., like the business card pedal for a while.
Oh shit.
And it was at Lizards practice, and I kept getting like signal loss, and I thought it was because of that pedal. and I like Kyled the pedal, only to find out that it was a patch cable that had gone.
Damn, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that sucks.
We all have Kyle in us a little bit.
Kyle within our souls.
It's a great pedal. I'm really excited about all that G. Do you follow Kurt Blue at all on anything?
No, not really.
You should get on Instagram and follow God City Instruments.
Oh,
or God
dude,
City.
yeah, his shit's
He's
dope.
always doing some wild shit.
But his new like line of pedals is fucking unreal. A lot of
Yeah,
cool stuff.
I would love to get my hand on one of his prototypes.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Like he occasionally like sells prototypes.
He
like,
does.
At Converge shows.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
takes them to
So-
Converge shows and sells them.
He had that song Reptilian on the Dusk and Us. There was like a 2-knob fuzz that he recorded that song with, but they did. I think Death Wish sold them. There was X amount of them, but they had the Dusk and Us artwork like acid etched into them.
Oh fuck! I think I saw that.
They're
Yeah.
so sick, dude. And that fuzz tone's fucking ridiculous.
Some of
I
those
mean,
fucking
granted, I don't
boutique
have like a
pedals get
JMP
fucking
to run
crazy.
into it, but
Right. Ba-bam-ba-ba.
yeah, I love that fucking record.
Dude.
That was my record of the year.
I don't know. Like, what do you
It's
go? Like, what do you?
Yeah.
What do you look for in tone, Joey? Like,
Mids, because I'm an adult. I don't know, dude. Like, I found my dream amp and then it quit working, and so now I'm back to this 5152 bullshit, which is just really like ice picky sounding, and it hurts to hear. All over Back to the Lamp, though, we used Adam's rock reverb, and that thing was. It's not necessarily like the sickest tone live.
No, it's a very great studio amp. We
Yeah.
found out though.
Yeah, that last song.
My
on,
fucking god.
Yeah, that last song on Back to the Lamp, that whole thing is the clean stuff is my twin reverb and the dirty stuff is that fucking orange, and it just reacts really well, like to like just a great sounding guitar. It's very resonant and it just like kind of you could feel that like vibration.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when I'm tone chasing, I like an EL34 head for the most part. There's something about that like barky, like Marshall-y mid-range that I feel like a lot of bands don't think about when they play live. And I feel like I try to back off on the gain knob a little bit as I enter my twilight years. And
Gain isn't volume.
well, I've never been under that impression. Gain is sick. And it makes your wheeze.
Max gain, scooped mids, line 6, spider 4, metallic
Insane setting.
for whom the bell tolls
Yeah.
preset.
Gain makes your swollen pickle grow veins.
Lately, I've been really obsessed though with bridge pickup and amp head pairings. I've been like trying out a lot of different pickups just because like getting a pickup that will break up, you know, quicker just acts different in front of certain heads. And then I started like experimenting with speakers, and then like you start learning about like when you just hear distortion rather than a speaker actually breaking up. And because I used to think like, oh, I'll get a higher watt speaker and it'll be louder, and it kind of goes back to that whole like the gain knob is not a volume knob thing. It's kind of the same mindset where it's like if I use a lower watt speaker and I push it really fucking hard, it'll fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like you're making the fucking speaker work rather than just getting this really clean distortion out of it that can be really like piercing. But with all that being said, if you have it mic'd up with like an SM57 and then you move that SM57 a dick hair, it sounds completely different anyway. So I hate guitar tone chasing because it never ends.
Pretty much.
Never ends. But my dream amp is currently sitting dead on top of a cab right now, and I hate that, but
It'll be fixed someday.
yeah, hopefully. I think the problem I'm having with it is going to be a real pain in the ass for a tech to chase down from what I've read online, but someday, when I have money, buy our
Praying for
EP
you.
so I can fix my amp.
Yeah.
But
That's why you play bass and just get a Fender 800.
sure, yeah, yeah. Fucking, what are those Sans amp pedals? Just fucking get one of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck it.
I don't know. My Valve King's been doing pretty good for the last few years.
Yeah.
Fucking PVs.
I mean, it's not, it doesn't quite have the power of a 5150, but
No, not anywhere close.
no.
From what I understand, they're a pretty good pedal platform, though.
Oh, yeah.
They take pedals nice, which
Yeah.
is cool. The PV Windsor is like the Chinese JCM 800, too. So, like, those cheap PV models, a lot of people overlook them because they kind of look silly, but it's like, I mean...
Yeah, and
slam-
after I bought it, I went and switched out and put all 6L6s and stuff in it and
Nice.
put all new tubes and everything.
My first half stack I ever bought, or my first tube half stack I ever bought, I thought it'd be a really good idea to run a Valve King through a 215 bass cab. It doesn't. That's not a good idea, for the record. But that was my first half stack, and I was just like, "Why is it so boomy? Why can't I get my jun-juns to sound like the bass
Yeah,
cab?"
get my jun-juns off.
Yeah. So that was my first half stack. I bought it at a pawn shop. It was sick. But
That's
lugging
great.
around a 215 cab was definitely just like my toxic masculinity at its finest, and I was just like, no, it's bigger, it's better. No, Joseph, that's not the case. Sounds awesome. For Sam has the same bass cab that I owned when I was like 18. We bought another one, and that's what she runs, and it sounds awesome. Put some Eminence Legends in it. They're fucking elephant ear speakers, but man, are they fucking
So
Yeah,
good and
it's poppy.
tasty.
dummy thick. Small refrigerator, but
Small refrigerator.
yeah,
My height.
it's cool though, and it's nice having a second guitar player in the band that like doesn't come over to my amp and just go, "What are you set to?" Okay, I'll just set my shit to that too. Because if you're gonna have two guitar players, you should probably have two guitar tones, which is tight. But yeah,
Ben, are you vibrating over there?
No, Zach is vibrating. I stopped it.
Well, we should probably wrap this up anyway. I think everyone's getting tired and
Yeah, it's been a long day.
got a long drive.
I'm sleep deprived
I'm horny as can all get out.
and sleep deprived
I just
Actually
want
dying
noodles.
inside.
and company.
I love nudes and cum.
Nudes and
Honey.
Yeah.
I just love semen.
I bet.
Yeah, baby.
What was that supposed to be?
All right.
Think about that Eric Andre show now.
We'll be right back.
Well, guys, thanks for coming out. It was
Yeah.
awesome having you out here,
Thanks for
and
having us.
we'll definitely try to get you guys back out here again.
Sure,
in
dude.
6
Maybe we'll
months or
ramble
so.
less about cum next time.
I don't know.
Did we ramble about?
No,
We didn't really
didn't.
we
No,
just-
Sam just said she likes nudes and company.
That was like the first cum
We can't wrap
I
it
know.
up yet.
Do you want me to go through my list?
Tell you about cum.
Speaking of cum and wrapping
Comes
things up,
I.
Do you want me to go through my list of cum puns? Because I have a bunch.
Sam could write a book about cum puns.
I am the McJizz master.
There's one.
Travis.
That's one of them.
So, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, dudes.
Yeah.
Fucking check out our EP or don't. I don't-
do.
No,
Definitely
you should.
do.
Yeah, definitely.
I do give a lot of shits. Please listen to
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yeah.
fucking
need
sick.
to
I
You
will.
need
I
to
will
quit.
cry.
I need the validation.
Yeah.
Some work went into it. Be
We
nice for it
worked
to be
hard
heard.
on it,
We
What?
went.
What?
but I was shy.
Oh, I can't do it. Woo.
Yeah. Ooh. Woo. Yeah, I do care that you listen to it. We want to quit our day jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
preferred, right?
that's the goal.
This dude needs to quit college. Like,
He's like literally has 20 minutes left.
No, this is my last year, so like I'm just gonna grind through it and then not use it for a bit.
yeah.
Fuck that.
Not use it. Sounds like everybody else.
Could be worse. I mean, you could pay for a degree you never got. Our club. Our club.
And we're gonna end it right there.
Not on a positive note.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Fuck
well,
happy endings.
right.
Welcome to reality.
Eh.
Well,
wait, where's it going?
Come back.
Cool. Thanks for having us, dudes.
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna go eat noodles and company.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later.
We're gonna go eat nudes and
Very nice.